Hey everyone and welcome back to the sports section. First of all, thank you everyone for coming over from X, from the retweets from Chelsea Seasons, Chelsea HQ, and the other great folks that you can find and interact with on X. So thank you very much. And if you're new here, consider subbing and liking this video. So let's start comparing the different Chelsea teams, different Chelsea seasons to the current one. Frank Lampard version 1, Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter, and Maurizio Pochettino. What you will find is going to be quite interesting. Just a little sneak peek. This was from the start of this season. Remember this? Chelsea's ranking in the Premier League at the start of this season: possession 76%, ranked number 1. Shots 21, ranked number 1. Touches 946, ranked number 1. But what was the problem? Well, the goals. Only 5. We were ranked 11th. To be more precise, this was back at the start of September. So now let's start off with Frank Lampard, the first time he came at the club, because the second time was just at the end of a disastrous season. So let's just focus on Frank Lampard 1.0. 55 matches, 29 wins, 8 draws, 18 losses, points per match 1.73. We finished that season, actually I do believe we outperformed. We finished that season 4th. With 67 points, 1 point over Leicester City and 2 points under Liverpool. Then, this was the first lineup under Thomas Tuchel. We had Mendy, Azpilicueta, Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Chilwell, Kovacic, Jorginho, Ziyech, Havertz, Hudson-Odoi and Giroud starting, and on the bench, Kepa, Reece James, Zuma, Emerson, Alonso, Mount, Pulisic, Abraham, Werner. Which is crazy to think about it because, well, since then the only survivors are literally Chilwell, Thiago and Reece James. Of course, we still have Kepa on loan. Then under Thomas Tuchel, we played 100 matches. We won 63 times, drew 19 times, lost 18 times, goals for and against 197, 105, amassed 208 points. But I do think that where I took this number from, they take the points out of cup matches as well, which doesn't make that much sense. But overall, points per match over 2, which of course is already an improvement over Frank Lampard. Then talking a bit about the transfers in 2021, average age that came in, 26 years old. Average age that went out, 26.4. If we look at the season after that, the average age that came in, 23. So again, we go younger here. The average age that went out, older, 25.5. And so we ended that season with Thomas Tuchel, third. Again, huge outperformance in my opinion, but at least he had the players, he had the experience, some individuals that performed higher than expected as well. We finished above Tottenham and Arsenal, but of course far, far away from Manchester City and Liverpool. And this right here is the last game under Thomas Tuchel in the Champions League against Zagreb. Yes, this is the team, the last time that they played under Thomas Tuchel. And this here on the side is the bench. Then comes in Graham Potter. Graham Potter, we played 31 games under him. We won only 12, drew 8 and lost 11. Points per match, 1.42. We finished that season 12th. So we went from a team that finished 3rd to a team that finished 12th under Graham Potter, and of course, small stint by Frank Lampard at the end of the season. So as you can see, we finished the season on 44 points, a goal difference of -9. Remember those numbers. Because now talking about Pochettino, although we are underperforming this season, I should remind you that under Pochettino, there were 28 arrivals, 26 departures, which is crazy to think about that. If you think that all of these changes, if you think that you can make a winning team in the first year with all the injuries, which we're going to talk about in just a second, it's purely wishful thinking. Now under Pochettino, played 43 matches, won 22, drew 9, lost 12, goals for and against 91, 64, points per match 1.74. So higher than Frank Lampard V1 And of course, higher than Potter, but lower than Thomas Tuchel. For now. If we look at the transfers, the average age that came in, 21.4. So again, we go way younger here. If we look at the departures, of course, much older. Well, much older, just older, 24.9, which just shows you that we have been lowering the average age of this team for quite a while now. And so currently, we sit 9th. Of course, we have a game in hand still. We already have more points than last season. We now have 47 points. Our goal difference is +9, so that's already an improvement from last year. But of course, we still have 7 games to play, so that can change. 7 quite difficult games to play actually, so that might change. But we already have more points today than we had for the whole of last season. And that's with all the new players that came in, that's with all the players that went out. Remember, lots of experience went out, lots of winners went out, and what came in is inexperienced kids. I mean, we've seen that yesterday, right? Against Everton, fighting over who takes the penalty. I mean, seriously? But then again, what do you expect? These are kids. So kids behave this way. But with kids, you have to understand that you get inexperience. If in the summer we add, I don't know, some experienced players in the team, then I do think that next season the bar should be set much, much higher. This year, I'm not saying that we're overperforming this year. No, we're quite underperforming. But still, we're not that far away from European spots. Plus, we were already in one cup final. We're about to play in another cup semi-final. Pretty difficult one against Manchester City. So all things considered, we're doing, let's say, okay. Could be much worse. But then again, where Chelsea, our standards should be much higher. I'm not saying this season was a good one. No, but we could end this season much, much higher than the sentiment tells you right now. Plus, by the way, in the last 12 games, in 90 minutes, we have not lost. Just so you know. And lastly, this is the list of injuries throughout the whole season plus what's projected. So, yeah, I mean, if you think that you can build a consistency in the team, a winning team, when you have so many injuries, some crucial players there as well. I mean, if you purely look at our captain and vice captain, that's quite a lot of days that they have missed. Plus all the others out there, more specifically, especially the back line. If you constantly have to change the back line, I mean, you cannot build some consistency, you cannot build synergies from the back line, the goalkeeper, midfield. The connection will not be there if every single week you have to switch a player. That's just it. This was a disaster of a season when it comes to injuries. And now I know, some people already say, yeah, but that's on Pochettino, he has a history of injuries, etc., etc. But then on the flip side, I hear, oh, Pochettino keeps whining about injuries, yet other teams also have players that are injured. So which one is it? Is Pochettino also at fault because other teams have injuries or not? I don't get it. Plus, there's no one team in the Premier League that had as many injuries as Chelsea, as consistent of injuries as Chelsea, plus the amount of players that came in and went out, plus a new coach. No other team in the Premier League, I can maybe even say no other team in Europe's top 5 leagues. So, there you have it. Those are the facts. If you don't like the facts, what can I tell you? But hey, do share your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.